The next storyteller is Miss Ansu Kim. The title of the story she will give you is A Way of Women. Ta-da!
Long ago, in Gangwon-do, Hongcheon, on a remote mountain, a lone traveler was walking along a trail. There was no human dwelling near the trail, and the sun was completely gone by the time he reached the top. So the traveler was hungry, tired, and scared. Then all of a sudden, he saw a faint glimmer of light. It was a hunter's shabby hut. So he ran into the house, shouted happily, "Hello, hello, anybody home?" A woman in her 30s appeared at the door. "Who are you at such a late hour?" Then the man asked, "Oh, I'm so sorry for bothering you. Would you please let me stay the night here?" He begged for her, but she hesitated to answer. "Well, my husband's not back from the market. Did you happen to see anyone on the way?" "No, I saw neither man nor a beast." "Oh, well, then please come in." So the traveler went into the small room, and soon the woman brought a bowl of boiled potatoes. "You must be starved. Please help yourself. We have only this potato here." So the man ate the bowl of potato, really, delicious. And after eating, he was so tired, so he fell asleep, snoring loudly. But the woman became more and more anxious about her husband. Then finally, she couldn't stand it any longer. So he came over to the man and shook him. "Wake up, sir. Please wake up. I'm so sorry to disturb you, but my husband is not back yet. Oh, I'm afraid something dreadful has happened to him. I've heard tigers are especially rampant these days. Oh, would you help me to find him?" The traveler was even frightened at the mention of the tiger, so he just murmured, "Oh, what can we do in the dead of night? We can't see a thing. Let's wait till daybreak, then I will go to help you." But the woman, already determined, and in a firm voice, she said, "By then, only his bones will be left. Poor husband. We must start right now." So the man, reluctantly followed her, and she got ready, and she handed him an axe, lit a torch for herself. Then, "Follow me." And after wandering around some time through the woods, up and down the mountain trails, they saw a piece of cloth caught on the branch of a tree. It was soaked with blood, but in an instant she knew it was the part of her husband's clothes. So she just turned pale and gritted her teeth. Then, with a determination, she asked him, "Give me the axe, and you hold this torch." So she gripped the axe in her hands. Then they followed the bloody trail for a while, when suddenly the traveler was gasped at the two fierce eyes of a tiger glaring at him. Blood was still fresh on its mouth, and under his paws was sprawled the body of a man, but it was her husband. She looked down at him for a while, then her eyes ablaze, and she stepped up to the tiger and she yelled, "You wretched brute! You are not going to fatten yourself on my husband's flesh! Never!" And with a shrill cry, she whacked the tiger between the eyes with her axe. You know, the tiger, the huge tiger, the fierce tiger, dropped dead, just like that. The traveler, almost out of his wits. Then the woman collected what remained of her husband, tears streaming down on her face, but she didn't stop. With her skirt, she just wrapped her husband. Then she looked at the traveler and said, "We have to take him home. Will you go first with this body, or do you want to follow me with this torch?" The traveler, he didn't want. He murmured. He hesitated a while, but he's the man. How could he let her carry her husband's corpse? So he just shouldered the corpse and walked ahead of her. When they arrived at the house, the woman put her husband's body in the room. Then she went out into the yard again. The traveler couldn't say. Then she began to sharpen her axe until the blade gleamed cold and sharp. The traveler was gripped with fear, and she asked her, What are you going to do with that axe? The tiger's dead." But the woman said, "For the same reason I walked behind you with the torch. You know, the tiger I killed was a male, and its mate will surely try to get revenge. I know a woman's heart, a wife's heart, works the same way. It will not over until one of us is dead." Towards daybreak, with a furious roar, really, the tigress appeared at the house. Its roar scared the man out of his wits. So just while he was shrinking back, the woman stepped out, gripped her axe in her hands. She'd been waiting for this moment all night. So the eyes of the tiger and the woman clashed. Neither one showed a second thought. Then the tiger beat the earth and howled. The blade of the woman's axe glinted gold in the rising sun. Then the tiger leaped at the woman, and the woman sidestepped it. Then she just yelled a fierce yell and whacked the tiger with her axe. You know, the tigress, the huge, fierce tigress, also collapsed and shook violently, then stayed still. The woman looked down at the tigress for a long time. Then she lifted her head to the heaven and wept her heart out. The traveler didn't want to witness any more of these gruesome scenes. He just hurried to leave. Then the woman stopped him. But the woman said, "Thank you for helping me to avenge my husband. Now my husband will rest in peace, and I will not be shameful when I meet him in the next world. Thank you so much. Just wait a moment." Then she went into the room and brought out some coins and dried meat, kind of things for the traveler. So the traveler accepted it gratefully. Then she departed. She didn't want to look back, but glanced one last look at the house. He saw the woman setting fire to her house and walked into the room where she had laid her husband. She walked in. Then the next moment, the house was engulfed in flame. The traveler was shocked and almost collapsed. What a woman! What a tiger and tigress! Then he just prayed. 나무아미타불 관세음보살. Then he started his journey again. 요거 드릴게. 이거 너무 더워서 이
네. 아, 괜찮아요.